Very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha Television, the perfect show to kickstart your day, where we bring to you the top national, international, business and sports news, starting with the headlines. President Mukherjee says the demonetization may lead to temporary slowdown of economy and hurt the poor. Congress welcomes statement, countrywide protests against government's move from today. Two-day BJP National Executive in Delhi, resolution hailing demonetization to fight black money likely to be passed. Prime Minister to address meet on Saturday. Akhilesh camp claims support of 200 legislators. Efforts to bridge divide with Mulayam fail. Proof of support before Election Commission on Monday. And US spy chief says Russian president ordered election hack, says motive will be revealed next week. President-elect Donald Trump to be briefed today. Our top story this morning, President Mukherjee has cautioned that demonetization could lead to a temporary slowdown in the economy and hurt the poor. Now, referring to the government's focus shift from what he called an entitled-based approach to an entrepreneurial one, the president said that he was not too sure that the poor could wait that long to endure the gestation involved in the transition. Now, in his New Year's video address to the governors and lieutenant governors, the president called 2016 a year of mixed fortunes. He said that the year started on a positive note with the economy looking up, but ended with exports slowing down. Now, these losses, the president pointed out, could be recovered by improving the competitiveness of the domestic industry. Mukherjee also hoped that the recent package announced by the Prime Minister will provide some relief. Meanwhile, referring to the upcoming elections, the president noted that electoral rhetoric and noisy debates could deepen the fault lines in the society, reminding the governors that vested interests and communal tensions could rear their ugly head. He advised them that the rule of law must form the sole basis of dealing with the challenging situations. Well, the Congress party has hailed President Mukherjee's remarks on demonetization. Well, senior Congress leader Randeep Singh Surjewala said that the president has shown the truth to Prime Minister Narendra Modi over his decision.
President of India has now shown the truth of demonetization to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his government. That demonetization is an attack on India's poor, India's farmers, India's youth, small traders, small shopkeepers and small businesses. President has said three very important things. That demonetization will lead to contraction of economy and slowing down and reduction of GDP. The direct impact would come on India's poor and farmers. Will Modi ji recoup their losses? President of India has said that poor cannot wait. Does Modi ji even understand it? President of India has said a third important thing. Our country is a welfare state where poor and ordinary people of India have first right over state's resources. Modi ji has converted this model from a welfare state to a suit-boot sarkar.
And a two-day BJP National Executive meet will begin in New Delhi today. Well, the meeting will be presided by Party President Amit Shah to finalize the agenda of the National Executive. Now, an economic resolution hailing the demonetization move as an important step in government's war against black money and corruption is also likely to be passed. Well, the top BJP brass is also expected to corner the opposition for its criticism of note ban as an attempt to protect the corrupt. A separate political resolution is also expected to focus on the surgical strikes in the aftermath of the Uri terror attack. The agenda for the upcoming elections in 5 states will also be discussed at the meet. Now, Amit Shah will deliver the inaugural address while Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to give the valedictory speech on Saturday. The former party presidents, present chief ministers and around 350 members will take part in this executive meet. Meanwhile, the Congress party will hold a nationwide protest from today against the demonetization and corruption charges against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Well, the party is beginning a three-phase nationwide agitation where party leaders and workers will protest outside collectorate offices in all the districts across the country and will also submit a memorandum to the President through deputy commissioners and district collectors against the demonetization of old 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. The party has also alleged that the Modi government has imposed economic anarchy through demonetization. Earlier, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of taking 65 crore rupees in kickbacks from Sahara and Birlas as the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Well, the Congress will be holding a national convention on 11th of January in Delhi to turn the issue of demonetization into a major issue in the upcoming assembly polls. Well, the party aims to project the government's decision as anti-poor. All top leaders of the party, including CWC members, AICC delegates, PCC chiefs and all party MPs and MLAs from the states are being invited for the day-long meet, which will be addressed by Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi has described the move by the centre as the single biggest arbitrary decision in the history of the world. Well, putting to rest the speculation on a quantum of scrap notes deposited in banks and post offices post-demonetization, well, the RBI has said that it is still reconciling with the invalid currency to physical balance and will release the numbers at the earliest. Now, RBI's clarification on the junked old notes comes in the backdrop of various reports estimating that over 95% of the defunct notes have been returned till 30th of December, which was the last date for depositing the old currency. The central bank clarified that it has already begun the process to reconcile the deposited currency and any estimate may not indicate the actual numbers till the process is complete. Well, the Finance Ministry also said that there were lots of areas where double counting could have happened. The Reserve Bank is believed to have received deposits close to 15 lakh crore rupees during the 50-day demonetization exercise. On to some other news now. Well, a Parliamentary Standing Committee has voiced concern over the security of digital transactions and pressed for overhauling the legal framework for it. Now, as the government pushes for a cashless economy, the Standing Committee on Information Technology, chaired by BJP MP Anurag Thakur, also called for creating awareness about safe online practices. Now, an emphasis on the need to overhaul the legal framework for digital transactions, improving the network connectivity, ensuring security of data, as well as creating awareness about safe online practices was also discussed during this meeting. And now an update on the feud within the Samajwadi Party. Well, Uttar Pradesh's ruling party inched closer towards a formal split on Thursday. Well, a day after the announcement of elections from 4th of February, a large number of MLAs gathered at Akhilesh Yadav's residence in Lucknow. The reports say that around 200 MLAs have already expressed their support in favour of Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav.
On a day when senior leaders of the Samajwadi Party once again tried in vain to work out a compromise, several MLAs met at Akhilesh's 5 Kalidas Marg residence in Lucknow. They decided to start collecting affidavits of legislators and office bearers ahead of the show of strength before the Election Commission.
मीटिंग में दिशा निर्देश, राय मशवरा और जो भी चुनाव को लेकर है रणनीति वो तय कर दी जाएगी। वो कहीं भी जा सकते हैं, वो हमारे नेता हैं। नहीं, पर मतलब पार्टी में दो फाड़ होना तय है। दो फाड़ नहीं, पार्टी अखिलेश जी की अध्यक्षता में और नेताजी की संरक्षण में चलेगी।
Akhilesh Yadav tightened his grip over the party by appointing heads of 7 more district party units. On Wednesday, he had named party unit chiefs of 4 districts. On the other hand, the Mulayam faction that had claimed the support of over 50% of the party supporters was huddled in a meeting in New Delhi. Mulayam held discussions with close confidant Amar Singh. His aides maintained that he had sought time from the Election Commission to put forth his stand, but the Commission denied it. Hours after flying into Delhi on Thursday, Mulayam Singh, along with Shivpal Yadav, returned to Lucknow without meeting the EC.
ऐसे लोग जो इन रिश्तों को नहीं देखना चाहते, इस सरकार को वापस आने नहीं देना चाहते और जिन्होंने फाशिस्ट ताकतों से अंदरूने खाना बात कर रखी है, वो लोग नहीं चाहते कि ये सरकार वापस हो, ये रिश्ते वापस हो। मैं आज भी पुरुम्मीद हूँ।
The BJP, on the other hand, used the family tussle to criticize the Samajwadi Party for allegedly ignoring the development of the state. It also claimed that intra-party war had only strengthened the BJP's electoral prospects.
ये 5 साल में उत्तर प्रदेश में जो भारी जनधन की लूट हुई थी, उस जनधन की लूट को लेकर ये झगड़ा शुरू हुआ था और आज इस परिणाम तक पहुंच गया है। निश्चित रूप से राजनीतिक दृष्टि से देखें तो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण स्थिति है। इनके झगड़े से उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता को निजात मिलने वाला है 11 मार्च को, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी निश्चित रूप से ये चाहती है कि ये कुशासन, भ्रष्टाचार और गुंडाराज से मुक्ति मिले, और ये अगर आपस में लड़ रहे हैं तो जनता को पता है इनकी लड़ाई किस लिए थी।
The Election Commission, on the other hand, asked both camps to prove their strength before January 9th. The two SP factions, one headed by Akhilesh Yadav and the other by Mulayam Yadav, have been seeking control of the party for months. Ahead of the 7-phase election in the state beginning February 11th, the tussle is nowhere close to being settled. It has only split the SP's contest in the face of a tough challenge by the BJP, the Bahujan Samaj Party and the Congress.
The ruling Samajwadi Party doesn't know on which symbol it is going to contest the elections. Party leaders do not know who is the national president. There's no clarity whether party's name, the Samajwadi Party, will remain valid in the upcoming elections. And one mustn't forget that the election notification would be issued in next 5 days. Reporting from Lucknow with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And our correspondent Kriti Mishra also spoke with the senior SP leader Azam Khan about the infighting in the party and its preparation ahead of the state elections. Let's take a listen.
So there was this meeting today, and what we're learning is that more than 200 MLAs expressed solidarity with the Chief Minister. What transpired in that meeting?
सपोर्ट थी, सपोर्ट है, तो ये कोई नई बात नहीं। जिस दिन अधिवेशन हुआ था उस दिन भी ये सपोर्ट थी, आज भी सपोर्ट है। मुलायम सिंह जी का और अखिलेश जी का जो विवाद है या थोड़ा सा दूरी है, वो राजनीतिक दूरी है, पारिवारिक दूरी है। इसे इस तरह दूर होना चाहिए कि लोगों को उसका एहसास हो और उसका संदेश जाए लोगों में।
So would you still try to broker peace?
आस रहेगी कि रिश्ते अच्छे हों, कोई मनमुटाव बाप बेटों में न रहे और सब कुछ ठीक ठाक हो जाए।
But CM has 3 very specific demands: expulsion of Amar Singh, non-interference of Shivpal Yadav, and somehow authority over ticket distribution. Would Mulayam Singh Yadav concede?
इनमें से बहुत सी बातों के लिए नेताजी तैयार हैं। पहले भी समाजवादी पार्टी को काफ़ी नुकसान पहुंचाया, अभी भी नुकसान से उबरे नहीं है, अगला नुकसान सामने खड़ा है। देखते हैं कैसे कौन सा ऐसा लाहौल पड़ा जाए जो।
And if the party splits and election commission freezes the symbol, with ad hoc symbol, with ad hoc name, do you think you can contest elections?
अब जो होगा उस हिसाब से स्ट्रेटजी तैयार करेंगे। इलेक्शन तो जो पार्टी का एक कैंडिडेट होता है वो भी लड़ता है, यहाँ तो मेजॉरिटी की सरकार है।
All right, as Samajwadi Party is heading for a split, well, that story will be taking a look at very, very closely. And what else is making news through the day? Let's take a look in the day ahead. The 3-day meeting of the Central Committee of CPIM will begin in Thiruvananthapuram to work out the political strategy to be adopted in the upcoming assembly polls to be held later this year and deliberate on national issues. The meeting will be attended by all Central Committee members of the party from across the country. It is significant that the Central Committee is being held in Kerala 7 months after the party led by LDF headed by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan assumed office. The Senior Selection Committee of the BCCI will meet today in Mumbai to select the team for the India-England ODI and T20 International Series. The BCCI said that the agenda of the meeting will be to select the India A team to play 2 warm-up ODIs against England at the CCI Mumbai, and also the Indian team for the 3-match ODI and 3-match T20 series to be placed against England from 15th of January to 1st of February. A Delhi court will hear the bail plea of Kolkata-based businessman Parasmal Lodha in a money laundering case today. Earlier, the court had sent him to Enforcement Directorate custody. Remember, Lodha was arrested for converting demonetized notes worth 25 crore rupees linked to industrialist J. Sekhar Reddy and lawyer Rohit Tandon into new currency. And time for a very short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay with us.
How to take this IIT into the elite. More importantly, we want to go to the global rankings. If we cannot excel ourselves, why should the best in the world will come and collaborate with us? And there, I think, we are rapidly progressing. When you think of science, don't just think of what you see. Think of what is there beyond that.
Watch Eureka with Professor S.K. Das, Director, IIT Ropar on Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Now, with the union budget being presented just before the polling dates for 5 states, now a united opposition met with the Chief Election Commissioner Naseem Zaidi on Thursday to urge the election body to ask the government to postpone the budget until the elections are over. Well, the opposition claims that the BJP wants to use the budget to influence the people, which is against the Model Code of Conduct.
When campaigning for elections in 5 states reaches a crescendo, the NDA government at the centre will present the union budget. On Thursday, 8 opposition parties, including the Congress and the TMC, met the Election Commission seeking its intervention in the issue. The opposition wants the budget to be postponed till after polling.
अगर सत्ताधारी पार्टी चाहे वो राज्य सरकार की हो या नेशनल लेवल की हो, अगर वो बजट में कई कंसेशन देंगे तो उससे रूलिंग पार्टी को लाभ होता है और जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ है, इलेक्शन के खिलाफ है और लोकतंत्र के खिलाफ है.
Or the budget may have some populist schemes which will have an impact among the voters. So in order to ensure a fair and free election, we requested the intervention of the Election Commission.
The opposition was joined by BJP ally Shiv Sena in demanding that the budget presentation be postponed.
जो घोषणाएं होती है बजट में वो हमेशा पॉलिटिकल घोषणा होती है, उसको तो सब लोग विरोध करेंगे और फिर एक बार सदन नहीं चलेगा, हंगामा होगा, तो सरकार को इस बारे में सोचना चाहिए.
The Election Commission assured the parties of action in the matter. This type of situation has arisen once before in 2012 when the then UPA government had postponed the presentation of the budget from 28th Feb to March 12th. However, the present government argues that the budget dates were announced much before the poll dates.
चुनाव आयोग की तिथियों के घोषित होने से पहले जो सीसीपीए है राजनाथ जी की अध्यक्षता में उसने निर्णय बजट सेशन की तिथियों के बारे में कर दिया था. इसलिए जो है हमें लगता है कि जो लोग इस तरह का विरोध कर रहे हैं उनके पास मुद्दे नहीं हैं.
The government had advanced the budget date with the aim of implementing the budget recommendations from April 1st itself. The first part of the budget session of Parliament is from January 31st till February 9th. Polling in 5 states is to be held between 4th February and 8th March. Pranav Goswami's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And more news related to assembly elections. Well, former servicemen led by Major General Satbir Singh protesting at Jantar Mantar in Delhi for OROP extended their support to the Congress in the forthcoming assembly polls. Well, the development comes as a major boost to the Congress party.
The Congress party got a shot in the arm on Thursday when ex-servicemen led by Major General retired Satbir Singh extended their support for the upcoming assembly polls in 5 states. The ex-servicemen have been protesting at Jantar Mantar for the one rank, one pension scheme for over a year now. Flanked by top Congress leaders from Punjab, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, Major General retired Satbir Singh criticized the NDA on the OROP issue.
रेवाड़ी में वायदा किया, एश्योरेंस दी कि हम अगर हमारी सरकार 2004 में आ जाती तो आज वन रैंक वन पेंशन का सवाल ही ना उठता. ये बोला था आज के प्रधान सेवक जी ने. और फिर हम हर जगह हर दरवाजे पे गए और हमारे को मना कर दिया गया.
While the Congress chief ministers of Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand listed out the works done by their governments for the ex-servicemen, PCC President of Punjab, Captain Amarinder Singh, said the party will include 21 demands of ex-servicemen in its manifesto for the Punjab Assembly polls.
There are 21 issues which we are putting in our manifesto for ex-servicemen. I'll just read them through. War jagirs are there, improvement of sane rest houses, non-payment of cash incentives, honouring gallantry award winners and ex-servicemen, recognition of World War II veterans, excess levy of tax on CST, etc. Punjab. These are all related with us. They will be coming out in the manifesto.
Responding to questions on Navjot Singh Sidhu's entry into the Congress, Captain Amarinder Singh said he will contest the Amritsar East seat that is represented by his wife in the current assembly.
वो नवजोत जी आ रहे हैं, उनकी आज वाइफ का भी बयान आया अखबारों में कि he is joining us in the next couple of days and he will be fighting Amritsar East. हमने छोड़ दी थी ये सीट उस परिवार को कि उनकी वाइफ लड़ें जो सिटिंग एमएलए हैं या वो नवजोत जी लड़ें, और मेरा ख्याल उन्होंने जो आज अनाउंस किया उनकी वाइफ ने जो सिटिंग एमएलए हैं कि मेरी जगह में मेरे हस्बैंड नवजोत सिद्धू जी लड़ेंगे.
On Wednesday, the Election Commission announced dates for the assembly polls, triggering hectic political activity in all 5 states. Vishal Daya's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And days ahead of the assembly elections in Punjab, now 25 people have been arrested for trespassing in the Fazlika prison. Now on Wednesday night, 24 visitors affiliated with the Shiromani Akali Dal or SAD were holding a meeting inside the jail with inmate Shivlal Doda, a liquor baron who is considered to be close to Deputy Chief Minister Sukhbir Badal. Well, the meeting was in violation of the specified time laid down for meeting inmates. The police also seized 3.28 lakh rupees as well as some mobile phones and impounded 7 vehicles as well. Well, the incident came to light after State Election Commission conducted surprise raid at the Fazilka and Amritsar jails after the Model Code of Conduct came into force. The poll body has now asked the State Home Department to submit a detailed report on the matter within a month. The jail deputy superintendent has also been suspended. Shivlal Doda and his nephew are facing charges of criminal conspiracy and murder for allegedly killing a Dalit youth last year. And after the trespassing incident, both have been shifted to the Amritsar Central Jail. The Punjab Congress has demanded dismissal of the Badal government and imposition of president's rule in the state. The Aam Aadmi Party also said that Fazilka jail incident showed sad patronage of culprits.
मामला दर्ज कर रहे हैं, सानू लेटर मिल गया डीसी साहब दा, उत्ते बंद जी कार्रवाई असीं कर रहे हैं. एफआईआर लॉज करके जो साडा ऑफेंस बनदा उस सारे अरेस्ट करके जो कार्रवाई करांगे.
जेल दे विच अनऑथराइज्ड पर्सन आए ने जी ते ओ मुलाकात कर रहे ने ते सरप्राइज चैकिंग की गई. सरप्राइज चैकिंग करन ते पाया गया कि 24 बंदे अनऑथराइज्डली अंदर बैठे सी. इन्वेस्टिगेशन पूरी जदों होगी उदों तुहानूं सारा कुछ ब्रीफ करांगे.
And on to some other news now. Well, the BSP took a head start over its political rivals in Uttar Pradesh by becoming the first party to release its candidate list. The party has named 100 contestants with over 1/3 seats going to Muslims. Well, at a recent press conference, BSP Chief Mayawati disclosed that the party had shortlisted names of candidates for all the 403 seats. She said that the names which had been finalized in advance will not be changed. Now, the party is set to give 87 tickets to Dalits, 97 to Muslims, 106 to OBCs and 113 to upper castes. Now, Muslims account for nearly 20% of the state's electorate. News from the national capital now. Well, to decongest Cant Place, Delhi's iconic commercial hub. Now, the government is mulling a ban on the entry of vehicles inside the market for a period of 3 months starting from February on a pilot basis. Well, the middle and inner circular roads of Cant Place will be vehicle-free. A decision in this regard was taken at a meeting attended by officials from the Urban Development Ministry, also NDMC as well as the Delhi Police on Thursday. According to officials, now this could be promoted by providing effective park and ride services from major parking areas. Besides cycle hiring, the battery-operated vehicles will also be deployed to take people to the business district. Well, the government has imposed anti-dumping duty on imports of jute and its products from Bangladesh and Nepal. The duty ranging from 6.3 to $351.72 per ton has to be imposed to protect the domestic industry, while the Revenue Department notification says the Jute Duty has been imposed for 5 years. The import restrictive levy has been imposed on jute, yarn and twine, Hessian fabric and jute sacking bags as well. Well, the step has been initiated based on a complaint of local players. Well, the Directorate General of Anti-Dumping and Allies Duty had initiated a probe into it. It has said that the imports were undercutting and suppressing the prices of the domestic industry. Remember, West Bengal is a major player in the jute industry, with the 3.5 to 4 lakh people being employed in this sector. More news from across the nation and nationwide. The National Human Rights Commission has taken suo motu cognizance of media reports regarding deaths of 106 farmers during a period of 1 month in Tamil Nadu. Well, the Commission has issued a notice to the Chief Secretary calling for a detailed report on the issue within 6 weeks. Well, the Chief Secretary has been asked to also inform about the steps that have been taken or that are proposed to be taken by the state government. The Madras High Court has dismissed a batch of petitions, including that of Karthi Chidambaram, challenging the summons by ED in connection with probe into the Aircel Maxis deal. The petitioners had challenged the summons. Well, Karthi Chidambaram said that the summons were malice in law and that there was a campaign to bring discredit and harm to his reputation. Puducherry Lieutenant Governor Kiran Bedi has cancelled the order of Chief Minister V. Narayanasamy banning the use of social media for official communication. Now, Narayanasamy had issued the circular even as Bedi was pushing with her plan to promote a WhatsApp communication by officials. But the Chief Minister said that there is no tiff between him and Bedi as is being projected. And on to our top international focus. Well, the US intelligence chief has reiterated that Russia staged cyber attacks on Democrats during the 2016 election campaign, rebuking skepticism from Republican President-elect Donald Trump about whether Moscow was indeed involved. But on Thursday, James Clapper, the director of US intelligence, promised to explain next week why Russia allegedly meddled in the US presidential election. Well, the development came as the top US intelligence officials gave a testimony to the Senate Armed Services Committee, which is investigating the alleged interference. In their assessment, Moscow interfered to help Trump, the Republican candidate, beat Democrat Hillary Clinton. Russia, however, has denied involvement, but the US has announced sanctions against Russian officials. Well, a report on foreign meddling in US elections was given to Barack Obama on Thursday, and President-elect Trump is to be briefed on the report today, and the unclassified version will be made public next week.
They did not change any vote tallies or anything of that sort.
Yeah, I'm just talking.
We have no way of gauging the impact that. Certainly the intelligence community can't gauge the impact it had on choices the electorate made. There's no way for us to gauge that. Whether or not that constitutes an act of war, I think, is a very heavy policy call that I don't believe the intelligence community should make, but it's certainly would carry, in my view, great gravity.
Well, that's all that we could pack in this 30-minute news bulletin. Thanks for watching.